Lots of games, coach. Lots of games.
A lot of games.
We're gonna start with a short story that happened this past weekend. I went to a game, and after the game, I was greeted by a player from one of the teams that we covered, and this player said to me, "Thank you for covering our games." And whenever an athlete comes up to me and asks me and just interact, I always ask them, "Oh, so what's your name and what's your grade?" Like, not grade point average, but like, what grade are you in? And he's a senior from this school, and I was just curious. I was like, "Oh, so what position do you play?" And he said, "I don't really play much, but I love being part of this team, and I just want to thank you for covering our games because I love to see my teammates win." He said, "I love to see my teammates win," which means he probably doesn't see the field much, but he was happy. And I thought that was a cool story. So, all you athletes out there, especially you star athletes, you have a friend on the team that's always going to be rooting for you. I think it exists in every single team. There's always that one player that doesn't get a lot of shine, but you know, you guys are making an impact just by having them included in the family, right?
I like that. It's really good.
Yep. We
That's
got
awesome.
12 games to predict. Sorry, coach, I cut you off there. What were you saying?
No, no, I'm just saying like that's really cool.
It
I
was
like
very
it.
good. So we got 12 games to predict, people. Are you ready, Coach Andrew?
I'm born ready.
Ready. Let's go.
Get Sports Focus is brought to you by Summit Partners, leaders in growth equity investing. Ike's Lovin' Sandwiches, championship level sandwiches every single time. Nachos and tacos your way, the official caterer of GSF special events. Exios, the official training facility of Get Sports Focus. Gains and Shreds Meal Prep, making eating healthy easy. And by South Bay Construction, a reputation built on trust.
All right, here we go. Is there anything that you want to update us on, Coach Andrew, as far as the event coming up in a couple of weeks? Couple of weeks? It's coming up.
What event? I forgot.
November 2nd? November 1st?
Ah, yes. So we have our weightlifting meet coming up here at the gym at Exios in November 1st and 2nd. It's the last chance qualifier for the Virus weightlifting finals in Daytona, Florida. It's also a good way to get yourself ready for youth nationals, which is for all of our high school kids. You'll still be considered a youth unless you're turning 18 next year. Then you'll be in the juniors. If you go to usaweightlifting.com or .org, I think it's usaweightlifting.org. Whatever. If you go to the USA Weightlifting website, you can go to events and you can find out what the qualifying totals are for nationals. It's a great thing to put on your resume. Um, the barrier of entry is actually not as high as a lot of people think, but there are a lot of athletes from multiple disciplines of different sports that do Olympic weightlifting in the off season. It's a great way to stay in shape, a great way to get stronger. I have a few guys here, all nationally ranked. I had to throw that out there just because they're nationally ranked. One is and so you guys know like what the age range of like our athletes are here. We have a freshman in high school, a recent grad, so a freshman in college, sophomore in college, actually two freshmen in college, and then we actually have a 12-year-old
Wow.
who is actually already qualified for nationals. So, and we also have a 10-year-old as well.
Nice.
So the age range it's huge. It's a very, very long, like very, very broad range of what you can do. It's a different sport. It still keeps you competitive. That's the fun thing about it. And it's just a different sport, like it can still gives you the competitive juice that you need to compete through the off season. But it's a lot more low key in the sense like you can control your schedule when you train. So you can make nationals training like 3 times a week if you want to. But
Hmm.
if you want to take it serious, then obviously like you're probably going to be training like every day. But yeah, it's a lot of the same movements that you use like in all your off-season training, or at least you can try to learn how to implement it. You'll see it there, like power cleans, jerks, snatches, like pulls, squats, all those things, presses, and all the accessories. Like, it's still a growing sport. And if you don't play sports, it's a low barrier of entry sport. As long as you find a good coach, if you find a good coach for it that can teach you all the way, then you're good. So November 1st and 2nd, register now. But you gotta show out though if you do it. And there will be Get Sports Focus there, nachos and tacos your way, Capua Coffee, which is a really good coffee shop. And then obviously the coffee shop next door and a lot of local vendors will be there as well. So it'll be a fun thing. And in the city of Gilroy, the La Ofrenda Festival will be happening at the same time.
What does that mean?
It's like the Day of the Dead.
Oh, that's right. November
Hmm
2nd. Okay, cool. Well,
So
cool event. Hey, I'm looking forward to it. So for all you big dogs out there or strong dogs, why not? Give it a
why
shot. Right.
why not? Just do it.
Exactly. Tilt your camera
Like
a little so you have less headroom so we see more of you, coach. There you go. There you go. All right. So that's Coach Andrew. A little bit of a all-star experience update. We got a lot of girls.
it's good.
Problem to have. So, but you know what? Keep it coming because we're gonna pick the ones that are fully qualified. And I think Coach Alec and Coach Jay have some really good things in mind as far as this year's girls flag football game. Man, I lost the email that I sent you with all the games, Coach.
That's okay. It's okay.
Okay,
We'll
so we
just
got 12
we'll,
games, right? We got 12 games. Oh, there it is. Who? We got Willow, Glen, Westmont, Leigh, Lincoln, Live Oak, Branham, Santa Teresa, Christopher, Sobrato, Gunderson, St. Ignatius, St. Francis, Serra, Mitty, Riordan, Bellarmine, Valley Christian, Sacred Heart Cathedral, Woodside, Sequoia, Wilcox, Sacred Heart Prep, and Los Gatos, Menlo. Mm, that's a loaded schedule right there.
that is a loaded schedule. Should be a
Wow.
fun one. Should be a fun week.
Should be a fun week. Last week, we saw McDonald High School. They got some talent there, coach. Some potential college players. Coach Bert's been doing a really good job. Him and his staff been doing a really good job.
Shout
Um,
out to Coach Burt.
Coach Bert. Okay,
Way to make me proud.
there we go. Yeah, I know, man. I saw some of the kids that played for us when they were freshmen, sophomores, and they're now seniors. I'm like, whoa, they look so much bigger. And like, I mean, they're seniors, so obviously, but it was a cool experience. I love the school. I love how the feel of the school, like it's like in the middle of the high tech area in Santa Clara, and it's very clean and
Very
it
clean.
felt very homey, like home E.
Homely. I think you mean homely.
Yeah. I
Homely.
saw Jess, our trainer. She was there. She works there. So that was
Oh,
a reunion. Coach Sal was there, our GSF All-Star, one of our GSF All-Star head coaches. He was scouting. Noah David, man, shout out to you. You're definitely part of the GSF All-Star game. We're gonna get you confirmed soon. But yeah, man, there's a lot of All-Stars in these games that are coming up this week. So we are going to start with a couple of teams we know. Let's start with Santa Teresa and Christopher, coach.
Ooh, you. Of course, you wanted to start with that one right
If
off the bat.
if there was an upset of the year this season,
This could be it.
this will not be it.
Oh, damn. I thought you were gonna
I set you up
like
there.
you did. You set me up real good on that one. Damn.
Um,
Damn.
I've well, here's the thing. I have not seen Christopher. You have. I've seen Santa Teresa, and I only need to see a series of offense, a series of defense, and maybe a couple of special teams, kickoff, kick return, to tell you that this is a very, very good team. This is like the Riordan of the BVAL, the De La Salle of the BVAL. Well, maybe not the De La Salle, but are they beatable?
Yes.
Maybe for a quarter.
Just ripping them apart. You're so mean.
They're so good. No, Coach Pat, he's got a team this year. This is better than the team from 3 years ago. The one with Bear, the one that went to
State.
eight. Yeah, this team, if everything falls into place, this team is state bound.
That's
We'll see.
you're saying a lot of things there.
I don't know. I've been blowing smoke this whole season.
Yeah, should we remember like what the just for those that don't know, the score is Coach Andrew a lot, Alf a little.
Yeah, I'm like 8.8 huge points behind.
The
Not
thing is like I don't like being right sometimes. I don't know if that makes any sense. Anyone that's watching right now, like there's some of these things I don't like being right on because it just means like I know I'm understanding it too much. But I digress. Let's just start with it. All right. So if we're gonna go off of what we've seen, I've seen all the highlights. I know the Christopher team pretty closely. They can do it. Like, and I'm gonna give you a little tidbit. Christopher High School, as I'm trying to finish something. You need to find it within you to win this game. And this has nothing to do with how you play. You guys are playing fine. Like what you're doing is it's working. Like you guys move the ball, you score, you do all the things that you're supposed to do as a football team. But you have to find another gear that will set you apart to keep up with what everyone else is doing. You have to adjust. You have to make plays when it counts, and you have to capitalize when you do things. Like be a football player, if that goes to say anything. Be a football player. Um, I'll go off the rip real quick, just like to talk about it. If anyone watched this past weekend, if anyone watched the 49ers play, and this is a great example for all programs. If you watch the 49ers play this past weekend, everyone knows that the Niners have lost a lot of their players, a lot of their star players.
like all of them.
Yet, like pretty much all of them. Yet, it all comes down to coaching and people stepping up.
Hmm.
And they took down a very good Atlanta Falcons team. Atlanta Falcons, like the Falcons had probably one of the best running backs in the game that's just been tearing it up every week, and they stopped him because you had a couple young guys step up on the defense and they won that game. So, probably the answers, and this goes for any of these teams that are like, you're trying to find your way, something like that. That player is probably on your roster You just have to try and find him. So I have faith in my Cougars. I think they'll do it. I think upset of the year. I think so. Yet, yet, Santa Teresa is coming in with a lot of firepower.
A lot.
They are firing on all cylinders right now. And I am a loyal Christopher person, but for the first time, and since we've been doing this, I'm going to pick against them. So I think Santa Teresa will win this game. It's up to Christopher to prove me wrong and listen to what I just said because I think you guys can do it. So I'm just kind of pulling off like a Mitty Wilcox thing where I picked Wilcox, but I wasn't really picking Wilcox. So I'm picking Santa Teresa, but not really picking Santa Teresa.
Hmm.
But I think though, if we're going to look at it from paper to paper, Santa Teresa is the better team, and they should win this game.
Yeah.
So that's
Think
my 2 cents on it.
this would be a game where we could possibly see Caldwell, the one of the running backs for Santa Teresa, just run all over Christopher. He is hard to
Yeah,
stop. Number 22. Um, I only saw him against Live Oak, but after dissecting that game, man, he had a huge part in that win. And the thing is, he didn't even make the highlights because we showed the big plays, obviously. But um, Santa Teresa's run game is kind of like the backbone of that offense. So,
yeah.
but hey,
No,
we'll see. Make us proud or prove us wrong. I am with the Saints, and so is Coach Andrew.
mhm.
All right,
I
Live Oak
know.
and Branham. Ooh, this is gonna be one of those games. Will the Live Oak Acorns get rude?
Yeah, I gotta give it to Rue. Like he is playing his mind out. Big shout out to Coach Tommy, and how he's like, doing everything over there with that program. What's his name? Michael, is it Michael Murphy?
Yep. GSL
Yeah,
All-Star, Michael Murphy.
what a beast. What a beast, dude. Like keep doing you, man. I hope to see you at the All-Star game. Um, keep trudging along. You're a very good player. And so are you, Rue. And Rue's young, so Rue is just gonna keep getting better. And what I've been noticing is that he's just getting better. Every week he's
See
getting
some of those
better.
throws. I mean, Ruth
Yeah.
had like an under throw. It was like, and the
You
defender was like, "What the heck?"
yeah, and
Just
the thing
went
is like
under his arm.
when you look at plays like that, it's like, bro, you are highly, highly skilled.
Yeah,
Like you
no,
you
he is.
are you are very skilled. You are very well coached. Again, shout out to Coach Tommy. Great, great job with that.
Hey, shout out to his dad,
Yeah, and Coach
his
Alec,
Coach
great.
Alec. I mean, talk about like a student athlete. That I mean, Alec. I love Coach Alec, man. This guy, he's so proud of his son, but it makes sense because he's done a good job, and his son is doing a good job. He's living. They're feeding off each other. So that's a great combo. Tommy, Alec, Rue,
Hmm.
Branham. It's great to see. I told Rue after the I think it was the Lincoln game. They lost to Lincoln, but I told him I was like, man, as a cameraman, I'm not a big fan of the whole sidearm under top, like the way he's throwing the ball because sometimes I can't get a clear shot of it because it's so unexpected. So if you're a camera person shooting Rue or Branham, stay a little wide because the guy's like you do not know what you're not. He does things so unexpected that you don't want to miss that. I've missed it a couple of times, but. So who are you picking?
Oh man.
Live Oak,
Uh
man. They got a supreme team.
Team Supreme. Shout out to Team Supreme. You know, I gotta put them in the same category as Santa Teresa. Like I saw all those highlights. I talked to some of the kids from Live Oak about it. and they're also like up there, very high powered, everything that you need on a team. So, I'm not being biased on it, but I'm just going based on like, what I've seen so far. So go nuts.
Oh
I
no,
love you. I did. So go nuts. I love you, Rue. Keep doing you, bro. So prove me wrong. And I would love to hear if you're going to that game, Alf or Rue, after your game and you prove me wrong, please personally send me a shout out on social and I will respond to it. And I'll
Yo,
sweeten the deal. And for that, I will personally train you for a 1 week.
hey, hey, that's a big offer right there,
Whatever you want, bro.
man. As much as I want to pick Branham, though, I just feel like I don't feel. I kind of know. Live Oak's got a lot of they have a lot of speed. They got praise God.
Gage Jones. Shout
Okay,
out Gage
no.
Jones.
Um, and of course, there's Adrian Leal,
Yeah.
QB. Um, this is tough, man.
Shout out to the O line too.
Yeah, I'm looking at the line. So Branham, they're gonna have to play flawless in order for this to work out. Michael Murphy's gonna do his thing. Rue's gonna do his thing. Jeremiah, he's gonna do some stuff too. Um, but if you cannot stop the sweeps and the speed of Live Oak, you're gonna be in trouble before you know it. So I'm gonna have to have the Brandon Bruins prove me wrong this week. I'm gonna pick Live Oak.
Ooh, boy.
Yeah,
Ooh,
you're gonna have to
boy.
prove me wrong.
Oh, damn. We're
But
gonna
this,
get
hey, this Live Oak team they're very both teams are really cool. Like I
they're
love
very good.
just the interaction with these kids, especially after games. They're very polite. They're very um the sportsmanship is like there. I love
Shout
how
out.
Live
Yeah.
Oak came over to the Santa Teresa sideline after the game and congratulated each other. I don't think they knew each other because they were introducing themselves. Hey man, good job. Great game. And then same for the Santa Teresa guys. They start talking, and then that's why I posted that picture of Jones and Malcolm on our Instagram. I thought that was pretty cool. So this is a high level game. Two really good coaches, two really good teams.
Yeah.
Brandon,
Shout out to the coaches and shout out to the parents for raising your kids
I,
really
I
well.
haven't met the coaching staff for Live Oak, but yeah, shout out to them. They've been doing a really good job running their program in the last, I mean, forever, I guess. I mean, they're consistently um, competing at a high level. So Live Oak, man, make me proud. Go nuts.
Go nuts.
All right, Leigh at Lincoln.
Okay. This one, I mean, hmm. Lincoln's just got too much going on over there, you know. That's this is tough. Like, I mean, you stop one guy or you attempt to stop one guy, which is their main guy, and you don't. And then if you kind of do, you got to worry about someone else that's just kind of there.
Yeah,
That's tough. And you gotta, again, it's like the same thing. Like you gotta find it within your program and within your team to like try to like get above it and rise above all of that and kind of like dim the light on who the other players are on the other side because they'll definitely take away the spotlight from you. But if you rise to that occasion, again, you're talking about something completely different. Change the game, control the game. Um, I know Leigh gave the last thing I've seen from Leigh was the highlights from their Christopher game, and they gave Christopher a run for their money on that one. So
Mm-hmm.
if you come out with that same intensity, you will keep up with a team like Lincoln. But that doesn't mean Lincoln like is problem. Lincoln won't stoop down to like, something like that. Like, they're going to continue to play at a high level. They've been all season. Their playmakers make plays everywhere and just do you. So I'm pretty sure a longhorn is the prey of a lion. So I'm going to go with the Lions.
You're gonna go there.
I did. I totally did. I had to pull a U real quick.
That makes sense. Um,
It,
we
no
have
disrespect. No
yeah,
disrespect. It's just for it's for entertainment, people.
yeah. Don't get all crazy on us now. We have a GSF All-Star on the Leigh High School squad. His name is Blake Zanger. Blake is having a really, really good year. And I think it's because of this that I'm gonna pick the Leigh Longhorns. This would be an upset. This would be an upset.
Oh, this is the upset you're talking about. No, it's not.
Well,
You're talking about. I
it's
think you're
kind
talking
of
about something.
so 16 touchdowns so far for my
That's a
man.
that's
That's
a good
pretty
stat.
good.
That's
That's
a good
pretty good.
stat,
I'm looking
dude.
at his highlights. Like he's got 1300 over 1300 all-purpose yards, over 1,000 rushing yards, plus
Lovely.
100 receiving,
Wow.
um, 233 kick return yards. He can run. He can run. He knows how to play the game. Obviously, we got Mr. Phillips over on the other side. I think this is a game that Leigh really, really, really needs to win. So, but I mean, the Lincoln Lions, they're going to do their thing. They're going to be at home. So all the advantage are going towards Lincoln. But I'm going to stick with my pick. I'm going to go with Coach Padilla's team, Longhorns.
Man, is this the week that Alf's gonna beat me?
I'm so behind, man. No, yeah, I'm going to stand with Lincoln. You guys are going to have to prove me wrong. Make me proud, Leigh. All right. Last Thursday game, Willow Glen, Westmont. Looking forward to this game. I'm gonna go to this game simply because I gotta go see the Rams and the Warriors. We got some GSF All-Stars here. And Westmont, they're not having the greatest year. I think this is gonna be a Ram show. Willow Glen.
Yeah. Willow Glen. I don't need to really say much. Willow Glen's been playing well the whole year. Um, there's really not much more to say.
They beat your
But
Christopher.
they beat Christopher. So, I mean, that says a lot right there. But that's not just like the only thing. Like Willow Glen has been, I mean, 10-0 last year. That's no easy feat to do that. So I'm just gonna go with Willow Glen on this one.
Cool. So that wraps up our Thursday. Let's go to Friday. We got Sobrato at Gunderson. I'm torn. I put question mark, question mark, question mark. I want Gunderson to win, but I also want Sobrato to win. This is like a mini GSF bowl right here because we work with both schools.
We
Uh,
do.
I'm gonna go with Sobrato
Oh, okay.
because I think they're deeper. They got a little
Mm,
more roster wise. They they might overwhelm Gunderson, and this is a really good test for Gunderson because they have a small roster size. A lot of guys are going both ways. I think the ingredients are there for Gunderson to beat Sobrato, beat him with speed, beat him with quickness. But Sobrato, they got some guys that can outperform Gunderson, I believe, especially
mm.
at the line. Because, but this is a pretty even matchup. So, but I'm gonna go with Sobrato. So Gunderson, you're gonna have to prove me wrong. Sobrato, come on, man, make me proud this time.
Okay. Obviously, I'm gonna go opposite of you. I'm gonna go with Gunderson.
All right, all right.
It's just Gunderson is, your I would say like in terms of just like how they're playing. like in terms of like I don't want to just say like togetherness, but it's just like there's a lot of this is a long winded about like from when the now seniors at Gunderson were younger. Like this team has been together through the 4 years. Like it's starting to really really show.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of trust within the team itself. With everything that that they've had to go through and endure over the last 4 years. Um, Andrew Fernandez is playing really well. Hands down, probably one of the sleeper quarterbacks in the entire league and probably in the CCS. That like I mean, yes, you're coming from a smaller school, but he's putting numbers up. He's putting up the stats that he needs to show that he can play this game. So big shout out to Andrew. Uh, Great name.
GSF All Star Andrew Fernandez. Let's go.
Yeah. So I'm gonna go with Gunderson for this just because like I feel like this is their this is their year. I'll give it to Gunderson. Gunderson's for sure.
There you go. Got
I
to
love
prove
you,
me
Coach
wrong.
Aretta.
Prove me wrong there, Coach. Coach Jeff. Coach Duff's gonna text me after this. You picked against us again. Thank you for the motivation. All right. Let's take about 30 seconds for this one. Riordan at Bellarmine. Senior night at Bellarmine. Oh,
Okay.
damn.
Bellarmine, enjoy your senior night. That's kind of all I'm gonna say. Celebrate your seniors. Hopefully we'll see some of you seniors at the All-Star game this coming year.
Yeah.
But for you guys, it's just keep building. Build, 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 build. The thing is like every game that they've played, they show sparks of what they can be. As long as you keep doing that, I think it's just going to show, as long as you keep taking steps forward in this program, like it'll be good for you.
JV.
Um, yeah, like develop it there. Like, just start seeing again, like, like where is this, like what's the trajectory of the Bellarmine Bells going to be in the next 3 to 4 years? We don't know, but how you finish this year will help you kind of determine like what that's going to look like.
True.
Um, Riordan Riordan is just very good. They're very good and they're showing why they are very good. So, it's hard to pick against Riordan right now. It really is. Even in a matchup like this, the WCAL from top to bottom is always a tough league. Doesn't matter. But I'm gonna go with Riordan. They have just too much. There's just too much going on there. So
Me too. I'm going Riordan.
yeah, it's like I said, it's too hard. It's too hard to pick against them right now.
St. Ignatius at St. Francis. This is Kevin's game. Kevin is back. He's gonna check out I might switch with him. I don't know. I'm supposed to go to the other game, but Kevin is covering St. Ignatius at St. Francis. I'm gonna pick St. Francis for this one just because I think they have a better uh their their offense is better. And
Yeah,
I know say SI they shut out Bellarmine. But I didn't really I mean, yeah. I'm gonna pick St. Francis for this one. It's home. It's at St. Francis, and I think I do think it's gonna be a close game though. I don't think
okay.
SI is gonna lay down. This is a rematch of the CCS Open Division Championship. Hopefully they have better officials officiating this game. Hey, that was a game changer last year when they called that passing interference that was not really there. But anyways, yeah, St. Francis. Let's go Lancers.
Yeah, I'm gonna side with you on this one. Um, I think SI is still. It just looks like SI is just trying to still like again. I think I said this before. New coaching staff, trying to figure out your identity, trying to figure out like you're establishing yourself there. It can go any way. I mean, they are still the defending champs, so they could pull an upset here, and I'm saying could. But with what we saw from St. Francis these last couple weeks, like St. Francis was starting to turn around. They beat Mitty, and they showed up at that Mitty game for sure,
They showed
and
up at Serra, man. They
and they showed up in Serra too. So
Woo.
it's everything is there for them. It's just finish the damn game.
Yeah.
Finish the game. That's just kind of the key for St. Francis right now. I mean, it sucks to hear like, don't kick them while they're down, but you kind of can at this point with a team like SI who's kind of like down. So, but you can't let up because SI, you give them a little bit of breathing room, and this is what we know about SI. You give them a little bit of breathing room, they'll come back.
Oh, they'll inhale that. Yeah.
Yeah, so you have to if St. Francis comes out firing the way they did against Mitty and the way they did against Serra, and you keep that pressure on SI, you will win this game. So
Yeah.
I'm gonna go with the Lancers as well.
Yeah. I think last week we saw a star come out of St. Francis, and I'm talking about their QB, Drew Cumby.
Mhm.
4 touchdowns against the Padres, three passing
That's cute.
touchdowns, one rushing.
Good
This
job.
defense, I would say Sarah's got the best defense in the WCAL. At this point, after seeing everybody, I know Riordan's great, but I think Riordan's offense is really the big dogs in the WCAL and the CCS. But Sarah's defense, and they're still figuring things out with the defense. I think they have the best defense. And what wins championship, coach?
Defense.
Defense.
Def- Defense wins
Defense.
championships.
There you go. So yeah, okay, we go with the Lancers. Um, Last Friday night game. Yeah, this was the 2022 CIF Open Division Championship shirt. I got this for free, okay? And I'm wearing it. Oh, look, there's the Serra Padres logo on one of the helmets against St. John Bosco. Serra at Mitty at Foothill College versus Mitty. This is easy. Serra.
Sorry. I just laughed. My bad. Didn't mean to laugh so hard. No.
You actually think Mitty can beat Serra?
Yeah, yes. Absolutely.
This is
Abs-
our rivalry right here.
Absolutely. Oh
Now,
my
first of
gosh.
all, wait, can I, so last week,
Go
game of the week, Mitty hosted Sacred Heart Cathedral. I picked Sacred Heart and I said it was gonna be a blowout. And you know what? It kind of started off that way for the first 2 minutes, and then Joseph Engen.
showed up and showed out.
He's like the choo choo dun 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 choo choo man. The engine. I was gonna pronounce his name Engine.
It's
He's
Engin.
the engine.
But then
Guy,
he probably corrected you. He was probably
bro,
like, Engin.
this kid, yeah,
He's good.
I can see him at the next level as a football player. He's got a lot of room to develop still, but man, attitude wise, I love the attitude of this dude. Like you could tell he loves the game, he loves his teammates. Lazaro, he was the playmaker. It could have been Graff too. Could have been Chase Graff, but the vote went to Lazaro. But of those three guys right there, top notch. Um, if Mitty's gonna do something special this year, which they can, it's gonna be up to the leadership of those three guys. And mm, when did Scudero graduate?
Um,
4 years ago? 3 years ago?
Three, I
Yeah.
believe.
This team reminds me of that. But the Serra team reminds me
Yes.
of this squad, the 2022. So
Oh, stop
we
it.
all know what happened there.
Oh, stop it.
No,
Quit it.
I will take
Quit it.
Serra's defense over Mitty's entire team for this one. Just
Oh,
be real. It's gonna be at Foothill College. I might switch with Kevin because I do think that Sarah's gonna be all over this game.
Mitty, do me a favor. Danny, do me a favor. Shut this boy up
Yeah.
real quick.
Hey, if Mitty beats Serra next week, I'm gonna wear my Mitty Monarch shirt, the one that Coach Danny handed me at the end of one of those Game of the Week interviews at San Jose City College when they beat the living smack out of Bellarmine. That's when Parker was a senior, I think. Yeah, he shirted me, coach. He handed me the A and the M. I still got the polo shirt. Yes, I will.
as, as he should have.
I'll even wear it to the game.
Well, then there you go.
But I
So,
wore this shirt just for you because it's nice and clean.
of course you did.
All right. All right, we got to move on. We got to move on. That was one more WCAL game, Valley Christian at Sacred Heart Cathedral. This is going to be, I believe it's at Kezar. This is a really good matchup.
It
Um,
is.
Here's the thing with Sacred Heart Cathedral. For some reason, I don't know what it is, but when they play in the city, and somebody mentioned this to me too, when Sacred Heart Cathedral play in the city, they go all out. It's like, let's go. But for some reason, when they play somewhere down
Outside?
here outside, the intensity is not there. Dude, they started on. I thought it was going to be a 35-0 at the half. They threw a double pass, deep ball, and they scored a touchdown right away. And I was like, all right, here we go. I was feeling smart, and then boom, Mitty, Engin, Lazaro, and they really slowed them down. So hopefully that doesn't happen this week because I have faith in the Irish. Valley Christian, their run game is what's gonna beat this team, just like what Mitty did to Sacred Heart. So keep the ball away from the offense, and you're gonna see some results. But I'm gonna pick Sacred Heart Cathedral because they are the home team for this one. So Valley Christian, prove me wrong. Sacred Heart Cathedral, make me proud.
Valley Christian, make me proud. Cigar Cathedral, prove me wrong.
All right, there we go. This is a good game right here. This is the I forgot what it's called, but Woodside is gonna be at Sequoia. This is one of those games that, man, the Redwood City Rumble. That's what yes, Redwood City Rumble. It's gonna be at Sequoia. I'm gonna pick Woodside on this. I think they have the momentum going into this game.
Mhm.
I love that location, by the way. Sequoia High School, beautiful school. Love the purple. Love the stadium. But yes, Redwood City Rumble. I'm picking the Woodside Wildcats.
Who is it again? Sequoia and
Oh,
Woodside?
and Woodside.
I don't know too much about either of them. But dang, I can't really pick against either. That's a little hard. Who did I have on my all-star team? Sequoia? I think I did. I had Sequoia.
Yeah, you did.
Go Sequoia.
Let's go Ravens for Coach Andrew. This is a good one right here. Wilcox at Sacred Heart Prep. Mm, mm.
Uh, I don't know. Okay.
Wilcox disappointed me last week when they lost to Los Gatos. I got a bunch
Yeah,
of DMs from Los Gatos players saying, we are must-watch TV. Y'all gotta show us some love. And I
I
said,
did.
yes, you did. I did not.
Why don't they message me? Like, I want to get some like kudos. Like, I've been picking the right teams every week. Like, come on.
That's true. Y'all gotta give some respect to Coach Andrew because he's on fire this year so far. Yeah. So I looked into the game. I was like, dang, their line handled biz. So shout out to Los Gatos Wildcats defensive line. They were the GSF defensive lineman of the week. So congratulations, Wilcox, Sacred Heart Prep. I can't pick against Sacred Heart Prep at home.
You can't, but I can.
So I'm gonna pick the Gators.
I'm gonna pick the Chargers.
Let's
Make me
go,
proud.
Jack Hansen.
Make me proud. Please.
All right, all right.
Please.
Last but not least, this is a good one. This is probably game of the year right here. We got Los Gatos at Menlo, Saturday afternoon. I wish they were playing at night because I really wanted to see the Sequoia Woodside game. But this is the game of the week. Luca Mazey's gonna be on location. We got our intern, our GSF intern, coming with me as well. This is a big game. Can't do this on my own. And I'm gonna pick Menlo at home.
Yeah, it's hard to pick against Menlo. Like Menlo's playing really well. Very, very well. So, I mean, I know I just said all that stuff about like Los Gatos, like, yeah, really great team. This is a hard
They
one to
are
pick.
great.
It's hard to pick against Menlo though on this game, but I'm going to. So let's go Cats. Hey, if you said must watch TV, Los Gatos, and I'm calling you out right now on must watch TV, you better show me something. You better show me something on this. Like, I think Los Gatos can do it. I think they got their swag back. They got their swagger back. So, if the D line shows up and does what they need to do, control the line,
Mm.
because, that's the thing about, and I'm going to say it this way, this is the thing about some private schools. Most private schools, that roster really isn't that big. And you guys got numbers. Use that to your advantage.
One thing about Menlo though, they really maximize
What they got.
everything that they got.
Yeah.
And I don't see them losing this game at all. So here's a question. Okay, so that's the prediction segment. We just wrapped up 12 games. One
Yeah.
last question for you, coach.
Shoot. I'm scared.
How should I ask this? There are some games
hmm
that are not worth winning.
Oh, we're going
At
there.
this point of the season,
Oh God, we're
especially
going.
for some of those upper teams that
Okay.
have secured their spot in the rankings and the playoffs and the bracket, whatever you want to call it.
Can't believe we're going there
I
with this one.
overheard a conversation during a game. Not gonna say where, not gonna say who, but my ears went. I was like, oh, really?
Interesting
Is that
development.
really possible? Is that really something that a lot of these, I'm not gonna say coaches, individuals discuss and strategize? You were a coach
Yes, I am still a
and you're
coach.
familiar with the process. So this would be the last question.
Yeah.
I don't think it's called tanking unless there's another word for it, but
Mm,
um
Man, man, we're gonna get so much crap for talking about this.
there's a difference between winning 6 or 7 games. You weren't looking at the screen when I did the 6, 7 games.
Yeah, I know. I tried to ignore it.
I'm
Um,
I didn't know if
uh,
that's something that even crosses people's minds.
okay. Okay, so if you're okay, if you know where you're gonna end up, right? Like, and this is, I mean, obviously, like any of the coaches out there can correct me if I'm wrong. I'm just going based on, what I do know about, kind of. I mean, if I'm looking at it from like absolutely like, from the let's look at like the pro. Let's look at like, my last 3 years as coaching has been like at the pro level. So there was a couple games that like, and I'm just using this as an example where our coaches, they would talk about a game and they know both results about like what the outcome is going to be. If we win this game, okay, it pushes it up to this ranking. Like we'll be ranked this high going into the playoffs. Especially like, and this is after we secured it, right? So they'll think, like, okay, if we have this game, we'll for sure secure number 2 or number 1, the number 1 or number 2 seed. If we lose this game, then we'll be 2 to 3. And then you have to look at where the rest of the teams that are going to fall into the playoff picture, where you assume they're probably going to fall. Because from there, it's like, okay, if we knew, so again, going back to like I was with the Panthers, we knew that if we came in at the number 2 seed, we're guaranteed a home game. But we knew we were playing the 3 seed, who we haven't played since like 3 weeks ago. So we'll have a little bit more game tape on them and we know what to expect from them. We beat them. And then we know that like that 1-4 match, we know what the outcome is most likely going to be at that time. So you kind of got to play it understanding like, what the layout is going to be. And if these coaches know, and you also have to pick. So you kind of play spoiler at the same time when you do this, right? Because let's say you drop a game, because I know there's more teams and like this affects more teams like down the line. Like let's say you're in a 5-team league, for example, right? And only the top 3 go, right? If you drop a game, is it enough? Is that game worth it enough to drop to push the second seed up? Right? So you also have to look at like your placement and how many teams are exiting, like that are qualifying to the playoffs. That's why high school sports or high school football, per the conversation, this is why high school football is so like, it's very, very hard to follow. It's very hard to predict what's going to happen because there's this point system. You don't know. You have to know how many qualifiers come out of your league, how many qualifiers come out of your division, and then now I believe the new rule is like certain teams can't drop below like a certain division, depending on what league you're in. So you have to kind of look at the whole landscape of what it is. So if these coaches were talking about that, these are coaches that probably know what the entire landscape looks like if they're going to drop a game, right? Is that conveyed to now? There's a lot of repercussions that could happen with something like that too. If you end up doing it that way, like, can the league say something? Can the CCS say something about it? Absolutely. They can absolutely say something about it and say like, oh, we knew that team dropped it on purpose. There can be repercussions. You don't know. No one knows what that can be. And like I said, like we're kind of spitballing right now about it.
I
I'm
don't
kind of
think
going.
it's that, but okay. Yeah.
We're kind of going a little. We're kind of going in depth on it. Like it's kind of crazy like that. We're talking about it this way, but this is absolutely something that has happened. So we got to think about like what does that implication do if you drop somebody or if you drop a team like on your schedule, like if you lose that game on purpose, like you have to be absolutely confident that you are going to do something with that. Like it has to be a lot of confidence on it. That's I guess that's the only like kind of advice, not really advice, but like just kind of suggestion is be absolutely confident. Make sure you know how many teams are qualifying from your league and know that like if you do this, will you for sure secure that spot in said division going into the playoffs. So you really got to know what implications are going to come up if you play it this way. I don't even know if I like explained anything. I think I did.
Interesting question is interesting situation.
There's so many ways you can look at it. Like let's just say
I heard. That's why I asked. So, anyways, thank you all for watching. We're gonna be out there this week. Yeah. 2 weeks left in regular season after this weekend. So enjoy. Go all out. Don't listen to your coaches. Win the game.
listen to your coaches.
Listen
to your coaches. But again, like we said earlier, find another gear, trust your teammates, and just be a damn player.
And a great teammate.
Absolutely.
There we go.
Don't be that guy.
Yeah. All right, Coach. Thank you. I gotta go pick up my children.